Welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I'm Peter Gross, co-host of the original Wild Kingdom with Marlon Perkins and Jim Fowler. If there's one thing we've learned when filming Wild Kingdom, it's that nature can be harsh. Not all animals are strong and healthy enough to survive. In tonight's episode, we'll explore the relationship between predator and prey. Each plays an important role in keeping animal populations in check. The old and the sickly animals are naturally weeded out, leaving the strong and the healthy to produce the next generation. In fact, predators are only successful about 50% of their attempts to catch food. This reality can seem harsh, but it's absolutely necessary to create that delicate yet natural balance of the animals in the Wild Kingdom. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom is presented by Mutual of Omaha.
Welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Of all the world's wildlife areas, few can rival Africa for its rich variety of animal life. But that variety is rarely ever fully apparent because Africa's wildlife is separated according to habitat. Some animals are specially adapted for life in the open grasslands, others for heavy bush, still others for rocky country. But you never find all these animals together unless you find a place where all three habitats meet. There is such a place here in Rhodesia. In this particular area, grassland and bush country come together near a rocky outcropping, a spot Stan Brock calls a wildlife crossroad.
Most crossroads have a marker, and this one did too. A large termite mound that was used as a den by one of Africa's most fascinating small mammals, the banded mongoose. As at any busy crossroads, many interesting travelers passed near the mound, and each had a story of its own.
The animals that meet near the termite mound are rarely seen together anywhere else in Africa. But sooner or later, they meet here, at the mound of the mongoose.
A morning sun warms the open grassland of the African veldt and pierces the dark shadows of the bush country beyond. Above the treetops, a rocky hill reflects the early light. And at its base, a termite mound marks the spot where grassland, bush, and rocks all come together. The day's increasing warmth draws a banded mongoose from its den in the hollow mound. This rock-hard nest is home for a pack of the small predators. And here, where the borders of three habitats meet, the mongooses encounter animals of three different worlds. A cheetah, swift hunter of the open grassland, patrols near the mound. It is watched by a troop of baboons perched on the rocky ledge that is their home territory. Beneath a watchful sentry, a young elephant walks through the bush that borders the grassland. Today, he also is part of the world that centers on the termite mound. A strange black object briefly distracts a mongoose as it leaves its den on the morning hunt. Danger past, the millipede uncoils from the defensive position that exposes only its hard shell and moves off like a passing parade on more than 100 legs. For the mongooses, a day-long search for food begins. This morning, the pack hunts on the rocky outcropping, where the sharp-eyed mongooses have sighted a guinea fowl on a nest full of eggs. the bird is gone and the nest is undefended. The eggs of ground nesting birds, like the guinea fowl, often fall prey to the mongooses. But because of the great number of eggs, some may survive unbroken. The tough shell proves more than a match for the sharp teeth of the mongoose. And now the hunter sees a predator of the rock country, a leguan. The big lizard, too, had spotted the nest, but the mongooses reached it first. The eggs are a favorite food of the leguan, and it has left cover to move nearer the nest. Crossing the open rocks, it attracts a hunter from the heavy bush nearby. A caracal. The small but powerful cat cautiously leaves the bush country behind to seek unfamiliar prey in a strange environment. The caracal's attack falters in confusion as its prey refuses to run. In the bush, the cat often catches animals in ambush, or as they flee, attacking their defenseless flanks. But now the leguan faces the caracal, prepared to defend himself. Finally sensing that the cat will not attack, the leguan retreats, and the caracal sees its chance. The vulnerable flank is exposed. Once more, the caracal is surprised. The big lizard, its neck protected by thick skin and heavy scales, does not collapse in the cat's stranglehold, but continues to struggle with great strength. The lizard breaks the hold with such force that the cat does not strike again. Its tail poised to deliver a whip-like blow, the leguan braces for another attack, but it does not come. The lizard's spirited defense has convinced the caracal to abandon its prey. The leguan's injury will heal soon, and the caracal will search the bush for easier game. The mongooses, too, are having difficulties. Unable to bite through the hard-shelled eggs, they pitch them backward between their legs, aiming for rocks that will crack the shells. With appetites temporarily satisfied, the mongooses head back to their burrow in the termite mound. Their path brings them near a silent hunter of the rock country, a cobra. The big snake tenses as the mongoose pack approaches. Lightning reflexes save the mongoose from the snake's lethal venom. The cobra's slow strikes are no match for its elusive attackers. Snakes are prey the mongooses often hunt, with the pack cooperating in the attack. But the cobra will escape today. The mongooses have already fed well. Their hunt ended, the mongooses return to their mound, located where rock country, grassland, and bush all meet. Soon, they must enter one of these habitats to hunt again.
The world around the mongoose mound was full of life, a busy crossroad where any path led to adventure.
Behind the termite mound, the heavy bush is cut by an elephant trail, and a curious youngster has left the often traveled route to investigate the mongoose's home. A termite mound with small animals moving in and out is a new sight for the elephant, and it left its herd in the nearby trees for a closer look. Mongooses' quick, challenging movements unnerve the visitor from the bush country. On their mound, the mongooses are in no danger of being trampled by the elephants, and they show no fear of the giant intruder. A 5-year-old male, the youngster has only lately been displaced by his mother's new offspring, and even the small mongoose tests his confidence. For the young elephant, the termite mound has both the lure and the threat of the unfamiliar. Finally, separated too long from the other elephants, the youngster heads back for the security of the herd and the familiar trails it roams through the bush country. The mongooses too will enter the bush to explore in a habitat that, unlike the barren rocks, is rich in wildlife. As it enters the trees, the elephant senses an unfamiliar scent in the still air and traces it with his sensitive trunk to an overhead limb. Perfectly camouflaged among the branches, a vine snake, its neck swelling in alarm, watches the inquisitive trunk come near. But the snake's poisonous bite is no threat to the young elephant today as he heads back to the safety of the herd in the trees ahead. In bush country, trees are as full of life as the dense undergrowth, and the vine snake spots a favorite prey, a chameleon. The lizard has seen the deadly snake and remains out of range, looking everywhere at once with eyes that move independently, alert to sudden danger among the branches. The snake continues its silent search. Nearby, another chameleon, employing its remarkable ability to change colors, has assumed the mottled appearance of its background as it looks for insects, hunting with a unique weapon, a tongue longer than its body. Twice the long tongue has struck with perfect accuracy, and twice the sticky tip has carried back the intended prey. From its insect-trapping tongue to its plier-like feet for gripping branches, the chameleon is uniquely adapted to life in the treetops. Moving farther along the high limbs, the successful hunter meets another chameleon, wearing the green of the foliage it just left. In bush country, tree branches are pathways for many animals, and the chameleons must keep constant watch for enemies. As the two lizards eye one another, a third descends to the ground to move to a less crowded tree. A sleeping hedgehog blocks the way, but the chameleon picks its way through the sharp spines. Awake now, the hedgehog resumes its hunt for insects. Slow and conspicuous in a world of predators, it is protected from attack by its needle-pointed quills. A tortoise wears its defense too, a hard shell. Not far away, lion, greatest of all bush country predators, watch a distant loquat tree, where a young baboon shows more interest in games than in feeding with members of the troop on the tree's fallen fruit. For the baboons, the succulent loquats are a favorite food, and they often move into the bush country to feed once the fruit ripens. The youngster eats above to avoid the noisy squabbles below. Escape cut off. The youngster has climbed out of reach, but the big male refuses to abandon its prey. The young baboon knows the lion can climb no higher. Relieved, the baboon watches the lion move past other prey, unseen in the nearby grass, a mongoose. With the lions near, the mongooses leave the bush for the safety of their mound.
The area near the termite mound was the center of activity where animals of different habitats met for the first time.
Pausing briefly to scan the grassland ahead for signs of life, the mongooses explore their mound, looking for the insects and small lizards they often hunt. Near the mound, a female dung beetle rolls a ball that is made from the manure of a large animal. A tireless worker, the beetle will move the ball to an area of soft earth where she will bury it. Riding the ball down slopes, pushing it with incredible strength and determination, the beetle moves away from the hard red soil, searching for a more suitable burial spot. Once she finds the soft earth she is looking for, the beetle will lay a single egg in the ball, and the larva will live and grow inside. The dung beetle's route takes it past the termite mound, and a curious mongoose hurries to investigate. But its interest turns elsewhere as the pack moves off to hunt again, this time in the grassland sweeping away from the mound. Many animals make their home in this open plain. A spring hare moves through its territory, alert for predators. A jackal, unsuccessful today in his hunt for mice and carrion, now searches for larger game. Its sharp eyes pick out the golden spring hare against the green grass. Ahead is a favorite hiding place, and the jackal loses sight of his prey. Momentarily confused, the jackal searches for the spring hare scent still hanging in the air. The jackal has chased the spring hare far from its den, and the rodent heads for an emergency burrow. The spring hare wins the race, only to find the entrance plugged with dirt. When its prey stands its ground, the jackal, like most predators, abandons the chase. With the spring hare safely beneath the grass, the jackal searches for other prey, cautiously swinging wide past two grazing warthogs. The jackal knows these are deadly fighters. The razor-sharp tusks are fearsome weapons, and the charge of a warthog is respected by all predators, even lion. Confident of its superiority, the warthog is not disturbed by the jackal's presence and drops to its knees to graze. The hungry jackal dares one brief look for insects and mice stirred up by the foraging warthogs, but fear overcomes hunger, and the jackal will not risk an angry charge. The warthogs graze alone, but only briefly. They have been spotted by another hunter, a cheetah, roaming the open plains where it can use its great speed to run down the prey its sharp eyes locate. The big cat has often hunted warthogs, but always with great caution. Downwind of its prey, the cheetah finds the warthogs easy to approach. Now, the angry warthog chases the cheetah far from the termite mound. Now the mongooses can return safely. They will not hunt the grassland today with the cheetah patrolling the plains. They will remain near the protection of their dens till the time comes when they can leave the mound again to roam one of the three habitats nearby: grassland, bush, and rocks. Different worlds populated by different animals. They all meet here at the mound of the mongoose.
The world of animal life around the mound of the mongoose is an unspoiled world that has evolved undisturbed for millions of years. But it's a world that is becoming increasingly rare because the delicate balances of life that are the foundation of its existence are so easily upset by man and his advancing technology. In Africa and other parts of the world, we are steadily destroying our wildlife heritage for all time. Unless we can preserve this heritage through active support of all conservation work, our world will be a lonelier place without the beauty and incredible variety of all the creatures that make up the wild kingdom.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Like what you saw? Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for more exclusive content. And visit our website at wildkingdom.com.